Good morning, children of God. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Quick one. This is for my brothers and sisters in Nigeria, and I just want to do a quick one. I want to talk about some things today because I'm lighted up. Like I say, when I get lighted up, I talk. I talk about stuff. And today I want to talk about stuff. And my message is directly, as I always send it, Nigerian women, Ghanaian women, East African women, all of Una. Let me ask you guys a question. If Meghan Markle, who married Prince William yesterday, was like you people, you think that she would have gotten that marriage? You think she would have gotten that marriage? You think that she would have been able to get into the heart of the prince, for the prince to break all protocol? Prince William is the royal family's version of the black sheep. In a way, he's the wild child. You know, you see on videos and YouTubes and everything of Prince William in Las Vegas, going around slapping girls' butts and laughing and playing around with girls. He broke all protocol of the royal family. But it takes a special woman for a guy to break protocol that is tradition old, for him to go against the establishment. Look at Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is divorced, a divorcee. She's older than the guy. And worst of all, she's black. Yesterday, my heart went out. My heart was overflowing for me to watch the blackest royal marriage in the history of this century. Serena Williams walking in to a royal marriage to go and sit down. Idris Elba is sitting down there. Guys are sitting down there, black guys. The prodigy who was playing the cello, that boy, a black person preaching, a black choir. I saw this thing, my spirit left me. But what does it take for a woman to twist the royal family to that level? You think that if it was like these Nigerian girls and all of you who are sitting over there asking for cell phone, you think she would have got to that prince? Let us say she met the prince and the first thing she encountered was the cell phone, and come and build a house for my father and mother in the village. And after you build a house for my father and mother in the village, come and pay my rent. You think that she would have had someone like the prince? Look, trash in, trash out. You think she would have had someone like the prince? Sometimes this is one thing women don't get. The ability to chill and get a bigger thing. That is your ability to bring in gently the powers that be to get a greater thing. No, you guys, right up front, you will ask for things and destroy everything. You guys, it's not about poverty, because as I'm sitting here, you think I don't have money. I have money to buy cell phone. Oh. I have money to do whatever I want to do. But it's about the attitude. You think that, let us say that when she met that prince, the first thing she told the prince was like some African girls are saying nowadays all over the place. She met the prince and she told the prince, listen, respect is earned. It's not just given. And that men are useless and they're lazy. Or you use that kind of language in front of that kind of guy, you think you'll marry that kind of a person. You go and tell him that men are lazy, men are this, or you start trying to show him that when it's time for him to marry you, he must come and kneel down and you take control. You think you'll marry that kind of a person. I started seeing a lot of comments on Facebook, the divorcees coming and saying, oh, there's hope for us. There's no hope for you if you still behave as you were behaving in the first marriage. And a lot of women, this is the newest thing I'm hearing now from African women. Men don't want to take responsibility. Whether you make the pilot to take responsibility for the plane that crashed, people died in the end of the story. A lot of people died from that plane crash. You have children who've been destroyed because at your 40s you thought you had to take control of the plane as the co-pilot. You have children who are destroyed. You have confused in-laws who don't know what to say anymore. They're all wringing their hands like, okay, how do we relate with this anymore? In-laws have to stop talking to in-laws because of your stupidity. Because of your stupidity that you want to take control. You have broken down in-laws. You have broken down systems throughout. And then now you're coming to tell me, oh, divorced women have hope. No, you will have hope when you start thinking differently. Meghan Markle is an exceptional woman. She's exceptional. Those kind of luck that came is not from fasting and praying. That's another thing Africa, they think as long as I fast and pray, but keep my nasty attitude, my bitch attitude, my attitude of bringing confusion into things. Some of you are still children. You meet someone, they don't have a job, they don't have anything, they want to rely 100% on the man for their survival and for their upliftment into the next chapter of life. And then when the man comes, okay, let us even say that the man has accepted he'll do it. When he comes, he meets you with your co-conspirator, your mother. That's the recent one. You come and see someone that's sitting with their mother. Their mother is in their life 24/7. Their mother is living through the daughter. She's living vicariously through the daughter. So therefore, the mother has to come. The guy has to now calculate how he's going to please the mother and please the daughter. The mother is hovering. In fact, he can actually hear the mother snore while he's trying to the mother is everywhere. And in that kind of a world, you expect men to be, look, in the end of the story, this Meghan Markle's marriage, she is exceptional. She isolated this prince and showed him what love is. When a woman is ready to, not the demands up front, because love is free. Love is not based on demands. That's the thing African women have lost now. And that is why a lot of men are sick and tired of them. A lot of men, those who want to spend can spend though. But those who even spend know that this woman, if my money finishes it, they cannot rely on you. Those who want to spend will spend. Like me, nowadays, if I see a woman, and let's say, unfortunately for me, I'm associated with a woman who loves me to spend so much, in my mind, I know that this thing is the only thing that's keeping the marriage or the relationship going. If anything happens to me, this woman, forget it. Just forget it. As far as I'm concerned in this life, you the co-pilot, and this is how God structured it in the Bible. It's not about me being a man or being a jerk or anything. You the co-pilot, that you're spending time fighting the pilot, the plane will go down. And if you think that now that you're a divorcee, and I'm talking to women from Nigeria, Ghana, East Africa, that you will take that attitude into the next month because you think you're fasting and praying and they've said word of knowledge for you, you're very, very stupid. Because no man wants to tolerate it. That prince's wedding, for those of you who are getting up to say, I now have hope, change the way you think. Exceptional thinking brings exceptional results. If you want to sit down there and be blaming men, I saw it, it's about the men and what the men have done nothing to you. When you got into that marriage, you thought you should become the pilot. The man sat down there and he thought he had somebody that was to come and help him. Some typical African women, if they're stepping there, they want to see if they can take over his royal family power and see if they can act like they're the ones who handle it. No, you're not. He's the prince, not you. He's the prince, not you. You are not the king. It's the king, not you. You are not the father. You're the mother. That's the thing African women don't get. And this damage, and like I say, I always say to African women have never read a single book on feminism. They don't read any book on women's rights. They've not had any. That's the problem of Africa. You see politicians who haven't read a book on politics since they were born, or the ideology of politics, or how politics work. African women, the same thing. They've never read a book on feminism. They have not read a book on women's rights. They don't know how to handle it, so they'll bring it into their marriage. That's the only place where they see a man that they can handle. Outside, they're smiling with people stupidly like clowns. Hello, good morning, sir. The only person they'll go and destroy is the person helping them, their own husband. Let me tell you something about that royal family marriage. It touched my heart. Meghan Markle, 26 years ago, or 21 years ago, stood in front of the royal palace and took a picture. She didn't know she was going to get into that place and be married in there. 21 years ago. She is black, which is a no-no in the royal family. She is divorced, which is a no-no in the royal family. Plus she's older than the guy. Another no-no. There are millions and millions of white girls who've done cosmetic surgery, who've done all kinds of things, and they couldn't get into that guy with blue eyes and blonde hair. So therefore, you guys, you should rather learn a bigger lesson. You see how they should do breasts like this for Facebook, do breasts for Instagram, do like this. Did you see that? Or did you see them trying to show that they have nyash, trying to show that they have butt or behind? Did you see that? Meghan Markle is Meghan Markle. Unique babe. It takes unique power, unique spiritual insight, and unique brain to be able to penetrate into unique places, exceptional places. If you want a man, it's not about breast though. It's not about nyash. It's not about how you think you're smart enough to bring him under subjugation of you and your mother. It's not about how you will be a bitch and still control him on top of that. No. The traditional, like yesterday, I was watching it and I knew that my videos are correct. There were no divorcees there. There were no divorcees wearing miniskirt and high heel and chewing chicken and drinking stout. No. It was men and their wives. Men and their wives. Men and their wives. The women standing honorably by their men. It was men. It wasn't all these rough things. I seen that they tie big egele, big hair tie like satellite dish. They're divorced and the wrapper, they pull the wrapper up so that they can sit down like a man and drink the stout. That's not what this was about. This was about women who know how this world works. You stand by your man and give him support and get the power. This was women and their men. Women and their men. Women and their men. That was it. And the men are there with their women. It wasn't about after I've taken control. No. You guys are too crazy on the idea of you want to face the pilot. You are the co-pilot. You cannot face the pilot and win. Because anyway, after facing it, how much responsibility do you want him to take after you cause the crash? You want him to say, you want him to come out from the grave and give you responsibility of how he didn't do this and I didn't do that. You guys are so interested in bringing the men down that you've lost the battle in the process. You can win the war and lose the battle, the whole battle. The fact that you need men to come down and kneel down on their knees and always admit fault is a demonic thing in itself. Why not leave men and fix yourself? You're sitting down there, you don't have a job, you have nothing. Meghan Markle she's established though, TV star, a comedian. Everybody who has met this has nothing bad to say about that woman. There is no person, even her ex-men that she went out with have nothing bad to say about her. Nobody has anything bad to say about that girl. That girl, she is exceptional, you know. I don't know what could have messed up her first marriage, but I believe that she has matured since then. And she has changed the things she used to do, the way she used to reason. Look, let's get one thing right for you African women, Nigerian, Ghanaian. If you hate men, stay away from men. Because you need nothing that you do not like or you have no respect for, can that thing work for you? There's a spiritual law about that. You have no respect for Mercedes-Benz, stay away from it. In fact, actually, once you have no respect for something, the door for that thing spiritually closes. It closes. And you cannot have access to that thing anymore. Watch if you enter a church and suddenly you have no respect for your pastor. The use of you being in that church is gone. Watch if you go into a job and you have no respect for your boss. That place, most likely you will not be successful in that place. Watch any place you go into and you have no respect and love for what you're doing in that place at that time. And this is a lesson I have learned personally. If you have no respect for that thing closes. So some of you women who are sitting down there saying, I'm going to just go in and try and see, as you're watching experimentally to see, and then later on your respect will come after he has built a house for you in the village and spent all the money like water, the mommy water money and all the juju money. He has spent so much money that is beyond human reasoning for you. Then you start, wait and see how that will turn out. But if you want a man to break protocol for you, like Prince William broke protocol for Meghan, I think William, whatever is his name. But if you want that kind of breaking of protocol, it takes exceptional power from a woman, and that power is where she stoops to conquer. He's not trying to come and control the prince. He already has his authority. He's already a duke. The guy is already made. You come and do that kind of shit, he just gets rid of you. Because in his mind, what is wrong with you? You want to come and take over his throne? You can't take over his throne. And all men are like that. We have what the position God has given us. There's a position. When you come and, if you're not coming to support that position, then stay away. Honestly. If you're not coming to support the position we have in life, stay out of our life. Don't come and take over us and come and control us. We've had enough control in our lives, though. We were controlled in nursery school. We were controlled in primary school. We were controlled in secondary school. We were controlled in university. And throughout all this time, we were living in our parents' house being controlled. We went through control in every aspect of our lives. Every single aspect of life, we've been our jobs were controlled. And on the streets as we're driving, there's control. The police can pull us over and deal with us. Okay? And shoot us dead because we're black men. There is control in every aspect of our life. When we married you, we were looking for help, as the Bible says, a helpmeet. We didn't want you to come and join the control team, the control patrol. That's not what we're interested in. We want someone who will love us and help us to attain our vision. So if you're part of the control patrol, stay the fuck out of our lives. Stay the fuck out. And stay away totally. We don't want to see you. Meghan Markle, you think that she's going in there, she's going to try and control the guy? Or you think that she's going in there, she's going to go and say things like men are lazy, men are useless, you go and say that kind of thing in front of the prince? Or you think that when you're going in there, you'll go and use this strong woman, strong, and go and with that prince? Or you think that when you're going into the guy's life, you want to see if you can draw as much, because it's an ATM machine, draw as much money as you can out of him. And when you draw the money out of him, you will take the money and use it for your family or so. Or you think that when he comes into your life, you should take him and subjugate him under your mother, who messed up her own marriage. Because it's always, you see that trend. After the woman messes up her own, she joins with her daughter. And the daughter also, because of the influence of the mother, loses her own. And it becomes a generational curse down the line. You think the man should also come and contend with you and your mother, and contend with you and your people who don't understand. Get a life. Become independent. Make your money. If you think you're in church, which like I say, most of the great things I'm seeing happening is not happening in church. Meghan Markle wasn't fasting and praying. But if you think you're in church, let that word enter you and change your life. Change you. And when you come into a marriage, it's not about what you're controlling the man or making him to sit down there. It's about you living a life that is you being true to yourself. When you're true to yourself, things around you will respond according to what's inside you. That is what is going to happen. Things around you will respond according to what is inside you. And the things will respond based on your heart. There are women I have seen in this life. They have beauty of heart. They have beauty of heart and beauty of love and life. When you are a man and you meet that kind of woman, you will break protocol like the prince broke. You will break all protocol. Nobody will talk to you in this life that you will not marry that woman by force. But when you guys come with this attitude that you guys are bringing nowadays, this bitch attitude, this bitch diva attitude, who wants to marry something that you're not sure of tomorrow? Who wants to marry something that if a fight starts today, you lose total control? You can't even tell the person calm down and the person will calm down anymore. Who wants to marry something that in this life has no... Look at, like, for example, what's happening in Nigeria nowadays. They say BB something Niger or so. And women, big boy Nigeria. And women, people are going and having sex on TV for $125,000, which is someone's salary in a year. In this day and age, if you marry a woman whose brain is geared in that level, what will stop you if a TV corporation or a TV something now calls her and says, oh yeah, come and be naked, and she'll just leave you and move on? You know, what stops your wife from messing up with you? If she has no boundaries, if she has no moral boundaries. Character. In fact, that is the definition of Meghan Markle. Character. Character wins the day. Not your brain sense, not your street sense. Character. Character. That is a big word. Character is what wins the day. Character is what will make the man buy you your car. Character is what is going to make the man close down his bank account. Character is what is going to make the man love you until there's nothing left. He will love you, and when bullet is flying, he will jump in front of the bullet. Character is what is going to make the man build the house for your mother and keep her in her place, and for your father and for your grandfather and for your brothers and sisters and your cousins. Character is why the man will take that car from you and change it into a Maserati SUV. Character is what that's what the world is about. Not attitude, not bitch attitude, not diva attitude, not the one that I'm driving the plane and the co-pilot starts fighting over the controls. Not that one. That's not what's going to change anything. So don't get it wrong about Meghan Markle, because some of you are getting it wrong. That, oh, she remained the way she was. She was still bossy and bitchy. And she was still argumentative and trying to take control because she has seen $80,000. And she was still doing a lot of things. She was still insultive and talking anyhow. Talking to a man like she's talking to an animal. And it didn't matter because she's fasting and she's a member of Redeemed Christian Church of God, or she's a member of any of these churches of Winners Chapel. And so God opened the way and she married the prince. That's not how it works. That woman has not fasted in her life, nor is she doing all the things you guys are doing, going to prayer camp and rolling around, praying to God. You guys have prayed to God till there's nothing left. She's not doing any of those things. Character is the game. Character is the game. Character is where a man will pick you and keep you. And that's the end of my discussion, because when I'm light up, you know I'm light up. And I'm talking to Nigerian women, Ghanaian women, East African women. Look at how, and when I want to talk about character, look at how the reactions to my videos have been. That is where, when you think, if there are some people who insults cannot fly from their mouth, though, no matter how abrasive the situation is, they would reason with you. Even in my replies to my columns, I saw wife material, and I saw the demons too. There are people who just insult like that, but in their mind, Dangote's son should come and marry them. They insults fly from their mouth. With insults fly anyhow, like what, like I don't even know, like oxygen, like carbon dioxide is coming out of a human being, like when we breathe in and we breathe out. Insults can fly at any time, at any person. They don't even know the person. They've never met the person. Just the fact that the person doesn't say what they agree upon, insults fly. And those are the kind of people that are waiting for Prince to come and marry them. It's not about church. All these great millionaires and billionaires and all these things you're seeing, it's not about fasting and prayer. It's about character. It's about your heart, the good in you, the good in you. I'll leave it at that. And like I said, my message is for Nigerian, Ghanaian, and East African women. You want great things to happen to you? Gain a life. That girl wasn't sitting down there waiting for a man. She's not waiting for poverty alleviation program. She wanted love. and she has found true love. Thank you.